Welcome to Outland Woodworks. My name's Shane, and today we're going to be unboxing the base unit here on this Harvey Alpha Series HW110S52P. Let's get it going. Apologize for the low angle here, just working with the one camera, but yeah, if you haven't seen the previous video, we talked a lot about this whole system and setup. Please check back in the on the YouTube page. But yeah, let's start cutting her open and see what we got. Here it goes, first look. I'll bring you along here. Thing's a monster. Oh, sorry, I'm dropping you here. How thick that cardboard is. Wind's blowing pretty good today. The door's open. It's so nice here. There's that phenolic top, which I got a cast iron one to replace it, and as I suspected, I think the cast iron one is 14 inches. Set you down here if I can on something. Grab my tape measure, just because I'm thinking about it at the moment. This top is 20 inches. The metal wing that I got is only 14. So something to consider if you go with the metal wing instead of the phenolic, however they pronounce that. Everything looks good. Okay, now that we got all that off, let's cut us some plastic. Make sure none of that's going to fall off as I pull that off. Well, the first thing I see here, I don't know if Harvey's aware of this or not, is there's washers and lock washers and nuts and everything just laying here on this. I mean, it's the right amount of each. Maybe it's packaged that way, but they really should put that down with a piece of tape or something. And that's, again, the back of the phenolic top. That's where they came from. They came off these top bolts. So we'll get those back on there here shortly. Here we've got the MG36 compass miter gauge. This looks like the cord that's attached to the table saw. So for the sake of getting this out of the way, find my knife here. Oh, it's the whole starting switch. It's all pre-wired in there. It's kind of a bummer. Makes it difficult to get out of the way. I really don't want that flopping around. Let's try to situate it in there somewhere. This looks like the cover, side cover. Doesn't look like it got any dings or dents or anything in it. Set that over here. That wind, man, it's kicking. I'd shut the door, but it's kind of warm out. I'd be sweating. All neatly tucked behind it. This is the short wing for the left-hand side, cast iron, for the left-hand side of the saw, which I got the ST1500 sliding crosscut sled that goes on this. And from what I've researched, I haven't read the instructions yet for installation, is they want you to take that wing off to put that sliding table on. But I don't know that I'm going to do that, because I have seen a guy tap the side of that so he could bolt the sliding table to the side of that wing. I don't know. We'll just have to see what that looks like when we get there. And this is the larger wing for the other side. This would be for the right-hand side of the table. Cast iron. Set that here. And that is it, except for the saw and the power cord. Let's pull this plastic up. And we've got lots of oil on that table, which is good. Keep it from rusting, especially since it's been sitting in my shop for 4 months. Whoa. Another phenolic table. Since I have a metal wing, I did get the metal wing, 14 inches, a little over. That will replace this, and I have the RT800 router table that will replace that one. So these will be obsolete. I want it all cast iron. So again, I apologize. It's been 6 months since I ordered all this stuff. Since the paper blew off, I'll bring you up to take a look at the tabletop. Again, I didn't get the coated one because I just didn't need it. Oh, sorry, dropping you. Tabletop looks good. That's just wet oil. I can see the gloss from it from the side here. I don't know if you can see that or not. Right, it's got some oil that's dripped down on it. There's our tilt. Some stuff in those boxes. We'll get into that in a minute. Here's some hooks on the side. And I have seen, and I'm only saying this as a public service announcement, I've seen a guy move this with a strap and I think it was a cherry picker, and I don't know how I'm going to move it yet, but had the strap run up underneath these hooks. Don't do that. They're not meant to be lifted on. They'll bend the tar out of them and maybe even tear them out of there. Looks great. So, but the top isn't oily, which is surprising. That paper was oily. Get you situated back here. There we go. Okay, this is our upper guard, and it's just the basic one. I didn't go with the sharp because they're a great safety feature and they're great for dust, but they get in the way so darn much. And here we have kinds of stuff. Allen set wrenches, insert, a push stick, oh, and that's the crank handle for the front. Let's see if I can actually get this all back in the box. There we go. And we have saw blade, which I'm not even going to use. I've got my own blades, but it'll be good to have around in case I got something I want to cut and not use my other blades for. It's an ATB 10-inch 40 tooth. Instructions. Should I just throw those away now? No, I'm kidding. I kid. Press port. Motor is sitting on a piece of styrofoam, which I'm going to leave there for the moment. Kind of clever. It looks like they used the packaging from the motor for holding it up. I've also read a lot of complaints about the dust collection being awful in these. Now, I don't know how that compares to other cabinet saws. Other than that, looks good. So next we're going to, well, actually I want to see how heavy this thing is. I imagine with that motor on there it's super heavy, but let's see. And these gloves got sheetrock all over them. Grab another rag here. Probably a couple 100 pounds. Bare bones like that. So yeah, that's going to be interesting getting it off that onto the mobile base. And so with that thought, the way that I'm probably going to play this is I'm going to leave this like this for weight purposes. And now that I've got the base exposed, I can get some measurements. So I can put together the mobile base so we can go right from this to the mobile base. I had considered, just trying to slide this off onto the base, which I've seen some people do. But given this is on a double pallet, and I have a way to separate it, but it's almost more of a pain than just dealing with it like this. We'll have to see. Yeah, let's see what we can do with that. So anyway, look for the next video, which will be putting the base together, the Bora base. There goes my paper. The Bora base, and getting that set up and ready, and we'll get some measurements for that for, if you guys are looking, you want some heights and some measurements. And then after that video, we'll get into assembling, once we have it on the base, we'll get to start assembling this and setting it all up and looking at some specs and checking everything, make sure everything's flat and all that. So thanks for hanging out if you made it this far. I really do appreciate it. If you feel you've gained something from this video, other than maybe nausea, please subscribe. Maybe send it to somebody that might be interested in seeing it as well. Yeah, I'm going to keep on going. We're going to go through all this stuff. I'm going to try to do it best I can with what limited time I have. So again, I really appreciate you being here, and we'll catch you on the next one.